Guys, welcome back. So in the previous video, we talked about a few basic Linux command regarding user management, like how to list users in an existing Linux virtual machine, how to create a user, how to set a password for the created user, how to delete the user. Now today, I'll talk about groups. So a group is a collection of user accounts that share same permission and has access to files, directories, and other resources. So it is something like, for example, if you have a org and then you have a team which does development, and there are 5 people who can do development, you add those 5 people in this particular group. So something of that sort. So let's go to the commands. The first command, let's try to understand how to list a group. So there are a couple of commands to do that. Sudo, I think sudo is not required. Cat slash etc slash. You can see you get a lot of groups here with different IDs. So this means is actually this is the group name. This is the hashed password field. This is the group ID. This is the user who is added to this group. This could be multiple, like this could be a list of users as well. So uh, this is how a group usually looks like. Then there is a different command called get ent. So this is the same command which we used for listing the users as well. So this works for group as well. Okay, so that is something which we need to keep a note of. Now let's try to figure out how to add a user to the group. So I do not have any new user created, so let me do that. Zero, add hyphen c. So hyphen m means that I'll be creating the home directory of the user. So by explicitly mentioning that flag it is useful because in some distros it is not created by default. So if you add that flag, it will create. Else it is not going to create. So in my distro which I'm currently working on, this does happen, but still to keep it simple and safe for everyone, I'm using this flag. I'm going to give the full name of the user here. Username. Similarly, I'm going to create one more user called Jake. Jake. Oh, sorry, I created the name fake. Okay, so L-R Jake. Okay, so I have created the user. Now let me create a couple of groups. That will be dev group and test group. So here the command will be sudo group add group name. Sudo group add test. So let's validate if this is created or not. C slash yeah, dev. Just a second, something was not right. Sorry, I think I forgot to add cat command. You can see dev is created. If you this command, you can see dev is created with this is a group ID 1003 and test is created with group ID 1004. Okay, so that is done. Let's create this name. Now let's we have two groups. Now let's figure out what is the command to add a user to the group. So there is a save command. which you should always use. So this is A for append. Let me show you the man page for that. Man. Okay, so there is a flag for append. What this does basically is it will append a user to the group. So, for example, if a user called Siddharth is present in three groups and you want to add him in a fourth group, if you use age flag, what will happen is it will append the fourth group. But if you do not use the this particular flag, what it will do is if he is in three groups, it will just remove all those groups and add the fourth group. So only he will be in one group now, which is not an ideal situation. Usually, you should not explicitly just remove a person's group. So that is something which you should keep a note of. So what I'll do is I'll show you this by an example here. So mod and ag. I'll use dev group. So that okay. But when it comes to Jake, I will not use the append flag. Let's see what is the difference which it makes. Test Siddharth. Now I'll not use A. I'll use Jake here. Jake. So let's see what happens. Groups and the name of the user. So you can see that Siddharth user has a primary group Siddharth. Then these are the secondary groups which we are adding. This is dev, this is test. So he is present in three groups now, which is Siddharth, dev, and test. What about Jake? Let's see. Jake is only present in Jake group and test group. This is because we are not using the append flag. If we had used an append flag, it would be present in both. This is why AG is the safest way of adding a user to a particular group. It ensures that it does not erase the existing group access. It will just append the new group towards the end. I hope this is very clear. Now let's go to a new command, user mod. Let's see what it can do. Sorry, it's not user mod, it is group mod. Modify a group. Okay, so there are different flags here as well. You can see the exit codes. What I'm going to do here is I'll just use two flags, which we noticed earlier. One is -n, one is -g. So first use case, let's see. If you have a group called dev, like what we have here, you can see slash dev. We have a group called dev here, but I want to make it develop. What would be the command? That is where group mod helps you. Here, what you need to mention is the old group name and the new group name. So there is some command problem here. Okay, I think I did not pass the flag. Okay, maybe it is the new group name and the old. It is the other way around. Yeah. So here, what it does is it sees if there is a group called dev. This is the old name. If there is a group called dev, it replaces the name to develop, which is the new name. So the syntax is group mod -n new group name space old group name. Sorry for the mistake which I told before. So you can see that the group called develop is having GID of 1003. What if I want to change this? That is where you can use group mod -g 1010 group name. You can see that it had a group ID of 1003, and with this group mod command, I was able to change the GID. Okay, so this is a different use case where you can use group mod command. Okay, now let's try to see what is group del. Okay, so group del command modifies the system account files, deleting all the entries that refer to a group. Okay, so this is a command which is used to delete a group. See the status code. So there are different status code: 0 for success, 2 for invalid syntax. Just keep a note of it. Can't remove users primary group. Okay? And can't 10 status code stands for can't update the group file. Okay, so here what I do is cat /etc /group. Let's see what all group I have. I have these many groups. Test group has two users. Develop group has one user. I will try to delete test and develop now. Okay, sorry. Let's validate if the group exists or not. Correct. You can see that it does not exist. Actually, it was removed. Now, similarly, let's validate for test. We can see, just clear my screen. You can see that currently there is a group called test. Now I'm running del test. Now let's validate if it is deleted. Yes, it is deleted. So let's come to an important point here. We had already created a user called Siddharth. So this Siddharth had a primary group called Siddharth. So what will happen if we try to delete this particular group? Let's see that. Oh, we ran into an error. Let's see. This is the status code. It should be 8 because this was the status code if we are trying to delete the primary group of a user. So here, the one which comes first is the primary group, that is Siddharth. So we are trying to delete that, and it is failing due to that error. So to fix this, what we should do is we need to update the primary group for a user Siddharth. This could be done using a particular command: sudo user mod -g ec2. So what I do here is I tell this user will have this particular group as a primary group. Let's see what happens now. And here notice that we are not using that append flag, due to which when we do groups Siddharth, what happens is the primary group itself is updated. And what does that mean now? That this implies that Siddharth group is no more the primary group for user Siddharth. Hence, we can delete the group. And this looks as expected. So this is the group. Uh, this is how we can manage a group, add a particular user to group, manage users in the group. Hope you understood. Please leave some feedback if you have. I'll take it in a constructive way. Thank you. Have a great day.